And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's the day after the disastrous budget, and safe to say that not a lot of people are happy with Rachel Reeves and this Labour government, as they broke a lot of manifesto pledges. They also pledged last year and promised that they weren't going to be coming back for more, but we realised that that was lies. Now, as we know in the United Kingdom, a lot of the mainstream media are on the government side. They do a lot to protect them, but now we're seeing sort of fed up news hosts and fed up interviewers actually come out and ask her difficult questions, and it's safe to say she is completely stunned and has no answers whatsoever as her lies unravel after this budget. Today we are going to be watching a bit of footage, quite a lot of footage actually, with regard to Sky News, which again, as we know in the UK, they're a little like the BBC and usually on the government side. So let's have a little watch of this, guys, but as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. And if you haven't already followed my X page, please do. It's British Stan. Some different kind of content goes on over there. Let's get into it. So as you can see, this is Beth Rigby asking some difficult questions, or at least asking as to why she implemented these changes despite her manifesto not saying it. Just look at her face.
Beth.
Thank you. Chancellor, today you've announced that you're extending the freeze on tax thresholds. It will raise £8.3 billion. In the budget in 2024, you said extending the threshold freeze would hurt working people. It would take more money out of their pay slips. I am keeping every single promise on tax I made in our manifesto. I say to working people, I will not increase your national insurance. I will not increase your VAT. I will not increase your income tax. Today, you've just broken your manifesto pledges and your promise to millions of workers in the budget last year you would not extend the threshold. How in good conscience can you stay on in your job?
In the manifesto, we were very clear. It was the rates of income tax, national insurance and VAT. But I'm not going to get into semantics. I recognise that we are asking people to contribute more by freezing those allowances. They were already frozen by the previous government from 2021 to 2028, and we're freezing them for a further 3 years. And I do recognise that I was asking ordinary people to pay a little bit more. But I've managed to keep that contribution as low as I possibly can by closing loopholes and asking those with the broadest shoulders to pay more. That's why there will be a surcharge on properties worth more than 2 million. It's why we're increasing taxes on savings, dividends and property income. And it's why as well we're getting a grip of some of the waste and inefficiency in the welfare budget by taking luxury cars out of Motability, more face-to-face assessments for disability benefits, so we keep that contribution from working people as low as possible. And this year and in the years going forward, we're taking £150 a year off of people's energy bills for all families, working families and pensioners, and we're able to do that by taking those levies off of people's bills.
You've broken a manifesto pledge. You have. The IFS have said you have.
Well, if you read the manifesto, we're very clear. We say the rates of income tax, national insurance and VAT. But if you're asking, does this have a cost for working people, I acknowledge it does. I said that in the budget last year. I'm not going to pretend otherwise today, but I do think that is the right decision in the circumstances we face. The OBR have today revised down their estimates of productivity and growth by 0.3 percentage points. They say that that will take out £16 billion of tax revenue we would otherwise have brought in. And they are very clear that is not because of any decision that this government has taken in the last 16 months. It is what's happened in the previous 14 years. Brexit, the pandemic, and frankly, the austerity and chaos from the previous government. And we're all having to pay a price to that. And it's my job to make sure that the numbers add up so that we can ensure we grow our economy, keep interest rates falling, and keep inflation down as well.
What's with these people in the Labour government with no accountability? She just asked her a question and just say, can you admit that you broke your manifesto pledges? She was like, well, no, I know that we're asking for people to say more. No, just admit it. Say that you have broken your manifesto pledges, because that's exactly what you've done. Why are you trying to dance around the subject and say that you haven't? You have. So why don't you just admit it? And why don't you take some accountability for last year? You fucked it up last year and now you're back for more. Just admit it. Just say, I fucked up. I'm taking accountability because I fucked up and I'm ashamed shit chancellor, and I need to take accountability for it. So why not just do that instead of blaming previous governments? It's you and your budget last year that completely destroyed this country, and now you're taxing more workers to facilitate welfare, to literally appease the sort of liberal MPs that are in the Labour Party, because there's an internal civil war over your position and the Prime Minister's position at this moment in time. She is absolutely out of her depth, and she's incompetent, and she can't take any accountability. Remember, she does everything, blames everybody else but herself. She blames it being her being a woman. It's nothing to do with her being a woman whatsoever. She's just shit. It's like that Emmy Aluko girl in football commentary, or football, I don't know what the hell she is, a pundit, but she literally comes out all the time and says, oh, it's because I'm a woman, it's because I'm black. No, it's because you're shit at your job. No one's got a problem with you being a woman. Lots of people have been successful within politics and have been a woman. It's nothing to do with that. Just take accountability for your actions. Say, yep, I hold my hands up, I fucked up, I'm disastrous, and I'm going to have to tax you again because I fucked up last time. It's simple as that. But yeah, let's go on to a little bit more. So this was the lady that asked her the question, and again, she's speaking out about it. And this tells you everything you need to know when Sky News, the mainstream media, are calling out the government's lies.
I think this is where there is an accountability issue, and I think it's a bigger question than just last budget or this one, which is a general election was fought, and everyone said before that general election, the public finances are such, you will have to massively raise tax or you have to cut spending. And the Labour government, then the opposition said, no, we will drive this through growth. Yeah. And I think actually what's happened is the sort of chickens are coming home to roost now, because what they found is they're not driving it through growth, and now they have to make a choice. And there you are right, that ultimately a Labour government are going to tax more to maintain public services rather than what the Conservative government would do if it were in power, which it would cut spending more. Now, Labour would say that caused austerity, that has harmed long-term growth, and you guys can have this argument. But for me, the bigger thing here actually is an accountability issue about what you promise voters when trust is so low in politics, and then you make these changes, and as you said, you don't own it.
Yeah.
We see that with liberal governments time and time again, always making promises and then not being able to deliver whatsoever. They can't do it. They always say things. They always break manifesto pledges. Just look around. Look at the mayor in New York, Mamdani, sorry. He came in and said all of this kind of stuff and then realized that, well, actually, we're not going to be doing those things. They always do that, these sort of left-wing governments, and they refuse to take accountability. I'm sorry. It's gone beyond the point where you can blame the Tories now, and what I would say is that yes, they inherited a bit of a mess, but not actually with the economy. It was prosperous under the Tories, funnily enough, despite the sort of global pandemic that they had to bring the country through. But they inherited a mess, so to speak, that they have made it worse and now need to take accountability, but they don't. Guys, do let me know your thoughts on that down there in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. And if you want some more short form content, please do head over to Rex and give it a follow. We are in infancy, so I do need your help. British Stand. Thank you. Take care. Peace.